Hell. Can I say hell on the Falcons corner?
That clip.
Can I say hell on the Falcons
You can
corner?
say hell, but we can't use any of that clip about where it's coming from.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickert, back where he belongs. The good guy to know, co-host Danny Berg, and then just maybe for a couple more weeks, turn to Tom.
Yeah.
SID behind the camera.
Hopefully a couple more weeks.
Yes.
We hope.
Yeah. Well, at least one more week.
Yeah.
And then we'll go on to something else.
One more week for certain, but we're hoping for more, that's for sure.
Yes.
Correct, because
Yes.
we know we're going to have at least one more show.
Right. So softball, we're broadcasting late because we wanted to talk about softball. So they hosted Salem.
Yep.
Yesterday down at Scranton High School softball field, home of Falcons softball.
You got
it. And they swept the best of 3 series, 2-0. So they are now the number 4 seed in the Region 19 playoffs.
They are.
In Delaware.
Delaware Tech Community College.
And they will face off against Delaware Tech on Friday at 10 a.m. You will be in attendance.
Hey, I'll be there.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, it's an early morning. However, it's going to be like pushing 80 degrees down there.
Go to the beach.
It's versus last year where it was mid-50s, low 60s, and it just rained and rained and rained and rained. So, yeah, but I mean, coming in as they had the 4-5 matchup. They swept Salem for the second time in a week.
Right.
And,
which is tough to do.
Yeah. Oh, anytime you're playing the team that many times and so close together.
Right.
You know. But against Del Tech, the number 1 seed, we split with them earlier in the year.
Right.
And so that's good. Other teams in the tournament we know is Mercer County, who we split with, and then Morris, who swept us.
Right.
But I talked with Coach Pitt even last week, and he openly, admittedly said that sweep was on the coaches.
Yeah. Okay.
And the bats just weren't alive, but
right.
said some adjustments and things like that. So they got that out of their system, and I think they're an underrated 4 seed.
Yeah, I think so too.
I do, and you work with them and saw a lot more of their games, but they can hit, and the pitching's coming around, and I think peaking at the right time is what we always talk about that.
Yes.
So.
And Ali Maurice won game 1 yesterday, and she also had that 10-inning victory against Del Tech when she threw the full 10 innings in the circle a couple weeks ago up here. So I'm guessing she'll get the start against Del Tech. And Olivia.
How about Olivia Graber yesterday?
Faced the minimum, only gave up a couple hits, and was fortunate enough to get a couple double plays to work a little bit in and out of trouble. She really wasn't in trouble, for the entire day, but had a couple double play ground balls and double play line out. So she faced the minimum in that game 2 victory. So it was a good day. Got some sun.
Well, yeah.
Look at these legs.
You got that. I'm still pale, but everybody's like, "Oh, did you go on vacation?" I'm like, "No, I'm just standing outside." And then I showed them the farmer tan, and you can see it's right there. So that's what we do.
But it was nice to see softball compete at home. One last time. A couple of the sophomore girls like, "Oh, Coach Mike, this is the last time you're going to be at a softball Falcon game of mine." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, we'll miss you, but keep playing."
Didn't say I'll be making sure to show up later.
Well, I'll be watching as best as I can Friday. Because our baseball team will also be playing Friday at 10 a.m. here in Scranton.
They are. So Region 19 baseball championships, the Final Four, we're the number 1 seed, so you get to host.
Yep.
So we play on Friday at Scranton High School,
10 a.m.
and also Penn State Scranton. So we really want to thank our neighbors over there in Dunmore for working with us, and we worked with them in the fall. So I think it's nice to have good neighbors.
Right.
And the matchup over there will be the 2-3 seed for the first game on Friday.
Yep.
Games are at 10 and 2. I mean, the baseball's a little bit different. Games are a little bit longer.
Right.
So 2 locations is definitely needed, but games at 10 and 2, just like softball at the end of day 1, 1 team will be gone home.
That's it.
2 teams will be 1-1, and
One will
hopefully
be
the Falcons will be 2-0 on each of those.
If not, hopefully still getting ready to play for Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing the best I can to watch the softball stream at Del Tech while I'm at baseball watching the Falcons and probably doing play-by-play as best as I can, because if my son is in the lineup, then sometimes the play-by-play just gets turned on and off. But I'll do my best to hang in there, because
I believe it.
Tom will be at Penn State Scranton.
Correct.
Yes.
But both games will be streamed on our Falcons.
Yes.
LackawannaFalcons.com/live.
We will have multiple streams going. We'll have.
Will you be doing play-by-play?
I don't know. Probably not, because we'll have a couple other things going on too. But we've got Lackawanna and Morris on one stream from Scranton High School, and then Sussex and Delaware Tech on the other stream at Penn State Scranton. And then whatever happens, Lackawanna we know will be playing at Scranton High School no matter what. Just don't know what the game is going to be. And then the other two teams would be playing.
And it's important to know that even though we finished first in Region 19 play, we just had 3 losses. One of those losses did come to Morris early in the season. They're number 1, throws the ball really, really well. We had a hard time handling him the first time. So I'm going to guess they're going to throw him our first game, and we'll see who we throw out there. We got a good 1 and a good 2. So we got Kyle Scott and Aiden Starn. So we'll see what Coach McCary decides to come up with. But more importantly, it's going to be a beautiful weekend weather-wise. There's no rain. It's going to be nice and warm. So I'm going to guess
paid our dues.
Yes, I'm going to guess at least at Scranton High School there'll be a lot of people sitting in the outfield, in their trunks of their cars and stuff on the hill.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we're hoping for a nice turnout for our baseball dudes. Yeah. For the games on Friday and Saturday. Maybe Michael's girlfriend will be there. She's in from college.
Oh.
It'll be a whole family thing. And then maybe someone will be watching.
Yeah.
We'll have to give them a shout out.
All right.
Yeah, so it's we'll just see how it goes. But I know baseball's excited. They haven't been in action in over a week now. So
I think that's the tough part, but no one has.
Right.
Which I think we had things scheduled for the beginning part of last week, but as we know, we had about 3.5 inches of rain in the immediate area, and it was miserable. So, and no one's looking to push it back even further, closer to playoff time. So, is the rest good? Is not playing good? I guess we'll find out.
I think on the bright side, some of the guys were, had some nicks.
I was gonna say, we were kind of banged up and stretched thin at the end of the year too.
So everyone's feeling a lot better now, and as close to 100% as they can be for this point in the season. So, that was great.
That's it.
So we want to acknowledge our athlete of the week, 2-time athlete of the week now.
Yep.
So Allie Lamarise is athlete of the week for her hitting and pitching performance last week.
Yeah, and we'll just replay some of her previous interview.
Especially when Eric knocks her over with the door.
Yeah.
So you can do that, Tom.
I'll make sure that
he's not going to talk to her this week. A lot of things are going on.
So it's if you could just at least have Eric knock her over with the door, that would be
running through her.
That would be swell. That should be the picture on the athlete of the week graphic too.
I should change that.
I think so too.
And that's why I'm here. How I got here.
What was it like meeting Coach Pitt for the first time?
It was a little.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry. Hey.
Oh.
I think that would be good.
And
then I want to give, since we're talking a little bit about, shout out to Berg for the highlights last week of the Falcon Cup.
Yeah.
One person was missing. Danny was busy.
Yeah.
But maybe next year.
You never know.
We might not have won if you were there.
There's a good chance. I wouldn't have got the Hustle Award, that's for sure. I would have been chucking it, though, and I would have moved less than you did.
But let's take a little break. We'll come in and wrap up the show. We're good?
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations to Allie, though, and best of luck to our Falcons, in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back. Take flight.
Each one of us has a dream. The challenge in today's world is how to achieve it. Now, more than ever, that's the case. Don't fall behind on your dreams or your college education. You can take your general education classes in English, math, and social science locally at Lackawanna College. Our credits transfer to most colleges so you won't fall behind. Call Lackawanna College today to find out how you can stay home, stay safe, and still pursue your college education. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Going to college is a lot more than just about getting an education. It's a life experience.
It's personal growth.
Connections that last a lifetime.
It's memories that are everlasting and experiences that you could have never imagined. It's an education that will change your life forever.
This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Hey everybody, we're back on the Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickert. Good guy, the co-host Danny Berg. Turn to Tom, SID, behind the camera. Breaking news.
Well, let's make him triple threat, Tom, for this breaking news.
All right, so triple threat time for the breaking news. New men's basketball coach, not new to Lackawanna, because he served as Coach Gabriel's assistant coach the last several years. Kirk Fallon, new head men's basketball coach, replacing his cousin, Landon Gabriel, who resigned because he has too much family stuff going on.
He does.
You know,
cousin, I'll say mentor. I've seen all the social media posts. There's a lot of love there, but I know he's going to miss him.
Yeah.
I think, but I think we got lucky with having Kirk already on staff and knowing that he can do it with all the college experience he already had, from previous.
And he always took a lead on recruiting and stuff.
And he wants it, which is great. So selfishly for us, easy transition. Great for the program. I think Kirk's a perfect fit.
And great for our returners. They were excited
what we're doing.
Our returners were excited.
So if you get that kind of excitement from your returners, then that doesn't always happen with coaching changes, whether it's someone elevated within or not. Being able to hang on them and retain it, because now you're not completely changing an entire culture or creating something new. They can kind of oversee those young new guys, whether they're transfers or freshmen. Right.
All right. As much as we want to congratulate Kirk, we want to make sure that we give a big thank you and shout out to Coach Gabriel, because he did bring back the program that was dormant for a year, and dealt with COVID his first year, which wasn't easy to recruit and get a whole new team in, and then win the region championship.
He got hired in January of 2020.
Yeah,
we interviewed him over Christmas break. He got hired in January 2020. And I'll never forget, he went to a couple high school games after he was coaching his games, and then we put in for a big request for all these recruiting events to go to district playoffs and state playoff games, and then nothing.
There it goes.
And all of his recruiting, talk about, people want to say how hard it is now. You couldn't even go anywhere. There was nowhere to get him. But he brings in a team that goes out and wins the Region 19 championship.
And those guys, all those guys stayed for 2 years, some even for their third for that COVID year, and helped build out the program. And unfortunately lost in the region championship this past year. But great job by Landon. We'll miss him.
Yeah,
being
but
around.
He's getting married. Life changes.
Yes.
Some of the reasons.
And I'm sure once he gets things figured out, that he'll be back coaching somewhere.
Yeah.
He can. Those coaches
can't stay away
and stuff too. So
yeah.
Congratulations to Kirk. Thank you to Landon.
Well, yeah, exactly.
All right, good. Spring football was this past Saturday, so that was live streamed. Ferg was on the field doing some interviews on and off the field. Me and Josh were in the booth a little bit. I was paying attention somewhat, and we had some special guests. Colby Young came back, and then he came up to the press box to talk to Josh and I. So we were off the call for a little bit as we were talking to Colby and see how Miami life was. But the guys had a chance to showcase their skills that they practiced on all spring at the spring game. So it was a nice crowd, beautiful day. I couldn't ask for much more. I know Coach Duda was very happy. No guys were injured. So they are done until their summer workouts start next week, as long as they're doing from home. Keep me busy. I got to call everyone, make sure they're working out.
I just want to say, if you haven't had a chance to watch, for whoever watches us, which we hope is our millions of followers, get a chance to watch the replay of the game, because from the technology side of it, with all of our multiple camera views and sideline interviews and the transitions and all that stuff, you're not going to find that in some professional production things.
No.
So, awesome to Eric and Tom, and all of that, and coordinating it. It was awesome. I only got to watch 15 minutes of it during, but I went back and was watching it, because we always try to take that next step. And, fortunately we were able to get things in place, and we were going to utilize it again, for baseball, softball, graduation. It's all part of the
and on a limited budget too. It's not like we have a production budget, as far as I know.
I just rub some stones together and we find a way. But that quality, it's awesome. Now I also feel bad, because now for the fall it's going to have to be even better.
Oh, sure.
Which we pride ourselves on. But I will say, aside from the football and all that, that part of it was awesome. So if you get a chance to take a look at it.
And I want to give a special shout out to Nashawn Johnson, Mike Rickert, and also Aaliyah Shade, who have been helping us with the production as we've been doing this stuff. And we're so gung-ho about running the cameras and running the production from upstairs, especially in Aaliyah's case, just about being a part of it, and had a lot of fun with it. And we can't do that if we don't have buy-in from our student athletes.
And even speaking with Aaliyah, this could be a future. She could maybe change her name and go.
She told me yesterday she's going to go work for the Boston Celtics.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't know if we're doing what.
Right.
Like
But
said,
hey, like
this
who
is
would've thought,
this is open
having
something.
be a work study.
This is open something.
And
for
my
her.
son could run around the football field and carry a camera with him.
Hey,
who would have known? Go figure.
But that experience that you never would have had otherwise.
Yep.
Right.
That, just because of the outside the box thinking of Eric and Tom being able to put it together with him and then them as work studies, not being the standard only in the office, stapling a paper.
Right,
It's actually doing something.
She did
right.
have to shred papers because that happens. We all have to do that. But that experience, like you just said, it opened up, who knows, another interest that you never even knew existed.
Yep. And then I know you mentioned our millions of fans. I talked to Emily Dickinson yesterday after the softball game. She said there's no competition. Her dad is by far the biggest Falcon Corner fan. So we're just going to go Emily Dickinson's dad is number one.
Sorry,
I
Ryan.
haven't seen Andrew Vines in a couple weeks, and I don't know what's going on. So
and Ryan, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Ryan works there.
He's a force.
But Emily Dickinson will be number one top fan.
Awesome.
So we give him a little badge or something, Tom?
Yeah, we should find something and send it.
We'll do it.
Very good. And then we'll close up the show. One golf tournament, Golf with Joe Paparelli.
Yep, June 5th, Elmhurst Country Club. We're getting up there. We're climbing up. We're up over like 65 to 68 golfers. Our target goal is obviously 100. We want more. But then if you have too many, it's funny. Then you get backlogged.
Right.
But sponsorship opportunities still available. I mean, we're still almost 3 weeks out, 2.5, 3 weeks out or so. But yeah, please reach out, and we're looking forward to a great day. Hopefully, we have the weather we have this weekend.
Yep. I'm working on my short game.
All right.
We'll
I just haven't swung a club.
LackawannaFalcons.com/golf tournament for more info.
And then LackawannaFalcons.com/store for all your Falcon goods.
You got it.
All right. And then LackawannaFalcons.com/live to watch all of our live stream baseball games. And then Deltec does live stream their softball games. Ferg will put the link on our social media site.
They do, and it's usually on their YouTube channel, the
Right.
Deltec Athletics YouTube channel. We'll be sure to share it on our social media posts and everything leading up to
everywhere.
the game.
All right, good. So best of luck to our softball, baseball players.
Yeah.
Bring back championships this week.
That's it. That's all we want.
All right. We'll see you next week on the Falcons Corner. Take flight.